last thing I want to talk to you about is because I'm about ready to do my commentary on it. But do you think Bad Bunny is a good choice for the Super Bowl?
I'm not that knowledgeable about him, but it seems fine, and I don't know why it's a big deal. Seems like a great American artist, so sure.
He's not an American artist, but
he's Puerto Rican. That's part of America, dear.
She threw that deer in there. That's how you know, when somebody says some stupid, women throw that deer in there, come on now.
Yeah, that's a real dart.
So let's be clear about what we just heard. Tomi Lahren knows nothing about a country she claims to love dearly. All right. There would be more embarrassing moments.
I'm very interested to hear if you think President Trump is a fascist, and if you think that I, by definition, as a conservative, am also a fascist.
I don't think everyone who supports President Trump is a fascist. I do think that President Trump is a fascist, though. And I'll give you a perfect example, Tommy. It's kind of an awkward day for you to give this spiel because Trump is speaking to all the generals today in Quantico. And he just said that he's going to use the military against the enemy within, which is part and parcel of what he's been doing with deploying the National Guard in cities across the country. So when you ask about definition of fascism, the president really sort of gave his own definition of fascism today. I would really caution you from going down this path, especially as someone who, is a commentator, uses your words for a living. I know in the past, I did a little bit of research. You called people who were enforcing mask protocols Nazis. President Trump has, of course, used his language in quite aggressive ways, including calling Kamala Harris and others fascists, radical leftists, communists, et cetera, et cetera. Do I think that was inciting violence against Kamala Harris? Do I think you were inciting violence against people who were enforcing mask mandates? No. So I think we have to really maintain this commitment to First Amendment free speech, even in the face of incredible crackdowns from this administration in ways that are truly extraordinary and quite dystopian.
All very good points here, by the way.
Tomato Lorenzo did a whole intro monologue where she says that calling us fascists is basically incitement to violence. And so here's Krystal saying, okay, well then you incited violence, right? Everybody on the right incites violence all the time, way more than people on the left. If you say, hey, mean words, calling people mean words is incitement to violence. So this is her busting up that idea that hey, if you say that's incitement to violence, I guess we're all guilty, except you guys are even more guilty.
And this is good stuff from Kyle, who not only reacted to the interview, but I'm sure, as y'all know, is married to Krystal.
I would love to hear about the First Amendment crackdowns from this administration and what you would classify those as. But I want to go back to President Trump this morning. And again, I know that the liberals, I know that you all love it when he says something and it's oh my God, this is the definition. He's going to use the military against us.
This is important to point out.
He got Jimmy Kimmel fired over a joke he didn't like. He threatens Rico cases against protesters. Trump sued Ann Selzer over a poll he didn't like. He sued CBS for how it edited a Kamala interview. He sued the New York Times for $15 billion. He sued a book company because he didn't like a quote that they had of him in there. He threatens to de-license news outlets that criticize him all the time. He signed an executive order to try to punish flag burning with a year in jail, even though that's wildly unconstitutional. He sued CNN for $475 million for calling election denialism the big lie. I'll cut it off there. But that's not even half the list, bro. The guy has waged a war on free speech, literally trying to kick people out of the country if they're pro-Palestine, even if they're legal immigrants, trying to kick them out of the country.
Tomi had to conduct herself like such a you-know-what. If we actually take a look over here at the comment section, you'll see that pretty much everyone in Tomi's audience, people in her audience, this is not on the Breaking Points channel. Everyone seems to side with Krystal. As it says here, this Krystal Ball gal is making a lot of sense. That's the top comment right here. But as you can see, there's other ones like this one saying, really telling how Tomi approached the entire debate in bad faith. And talking points while Krystal was actually trying to discuss matters seriously. Tomi got cooked in this interview. Krystal won, Tomi 0. Tomi cannot hang with Krystal in this convo. I don't like Krystal Ball and I hate Mamdani, but holy shit, Tomi is literally incapable of debating or engaging with anyone or anything. Incredible. LMFAO, Tomi just got cooked by Krystal. Tomi got cooked. First time watching Tomi and she's a genuine idiot, a talking head for a regressive political movement. Amen. So nice of Krystal to go on the channels of smaller aspiring content creators. That's an epic burn. Holy shit, dude. I realized we forgot to show these comments off, but they were brutal, dude. Like no one is siding with Tomi, and this is on her channel.
Even Tomi Lahren's own audience thought she bombed during this discussion.
So do you think that they should be footing the bill for the gender affirming care?
I mean, Tomi, I think everyone should get healthcare. So yes, I think trans people should get healthcare as well. And what he's talking about is, number one, consistent with New York law, which requires gender affirming care to be provided. And number two, consistent with, basic moral values. Yeah, I think trans people should be able to get healthcare. And one thing I want to say about this, which, well, personally, I think we should all get healthcare, access to healthcare.
So you think we should pay for everybody's gender transition?
I think that we should pay for gender affirming care, which is medically required for trans people to feel okay. And I think it's disgusting the way that trans people have been turned into scapegoats by this administration, who is more interested in fighting a culture war than really exposing the fact that they are doing the bidding of billionaires, and that those are the people who we really should be upset about, not trans people, not immigrants. But these are all distraction tactics to keep us from talking about the issues that really actually unite Americans.
And a fantastic answer here, where Tomi tried setting her up and failed.
Keep us from talking about the issues that really actually unite Americans.
Hey, once again, thank you. I don't know why or where this came from, why Republicans are so fixated, so like stuck on trans people. And here's a fun fact. Trans people make up less than 1% of Americans. Wow, that's crazy how we need to focus on this small group of people and be like, should the government be spending $65 million on trans surgery? Look what Trump is doing. How much of a tax cut do the wealthiest, richest people here in America need to get?
The YouTube channel Why I Hate Politics, a hilarious name, also reacted to this interview. Give him a sub if you can. I think all of this is pretty interesting because Tomi attempted gotcha moments over and over again, and Krystal didn't take the bait. Now, on the Bad Bunny stuff, it is astounding to continuously have to be fed mouth-dribbling BS from people who do not understand context. They are ripping Bad Bunny by being the Super Bowl halftime performer because he's anti-American. He is not. Because he does not like Donald Trump. Boo effing who. And the third is they bring up a quote he gave about ICE agents and how he felt it was inappropriate to perform in the United States because ICE agents would be camped outside of his shows and he might be putting his fans in danger. That does not make him anti-American. That makes him patriotic. That makes him likable. That he wouldn't put somebody in harm's way. And now they're saying, oh, well, you're going to do it now at the Super Bowl? I mean, should we even look at what tickets cost? How many of the suits are going to be at that stadium in comparison to everyday folk who spend a tenth of the price of a Super Bowl ticket to a Bad Bunny concert to sit in the nosebleeds? I mean, come on. Come on. There is a strong wave of anti-intellectualism that is riddled in our politics and society. And a lot of it has to do with folks like Tomi Lahren, who continue to put forth this mouth-breathing stupidity, a numbness to reality. And it actually helps them because it keeps their audience dumbed down, much like Republicans like. They appreciate a dumbed-down electorate. They want it because they thrive on it. I find all of this to be despicable. I'm not surprised that Tomi Lahren got her behind handed to her by an actual intellectual. And her point about Mamdani was just so out of touch. But that's probably, for lack of a better way of putting it, a reason why she's not this conservative star anymore. Do you remember how we were just fed her on our timelines over and over and over again circa 2017, and now she's almost fading? It's wild.